I'm Dr. Eric Patel, the Conservation and Research Director for Lemur Conservation Foundation. Right behind me, we have a spectacular view of the Marojeji Massif, and you can actually see the peak today at 2,130 meters. I began in Madagascar in 2001 as a field assistant at Ranomafana National Park. And it's there that I developed a fascination with lemurs. They're incredibly soft and they're warm and they're very gentle creatures. You know, they really don't fight that much. They spend most of their day feeding and playing and simply trying to survive their declining population numbers. Due to the pressing need for conservation action and at the request of local communities, LCF stands as a dedicated force among many. Join us as we explore some of LCF's tireless efforts and critical conservation actions. In Madagascar, lemurs face a variety of well-known threats. The most common are deforestation from slash and burn agriculture, selective logging, lemur bushmeat hunting, and occasionally artisanal mining for stones. A variety of strategies are required to save them.
Well, the Lemur Conservation Foundation, we're in our 27th year, and it was founded, basically it was the brainchild of Penelope Bodie Sanders, who had an overwhelming desire to save lemurs from extinction. We continue to grow and grow. We're expanding in Madagascar, we're expanding across the US, and we're expanding internationally as people understand the critical nature of saving these precious animals before it's too late.
We really see ourselves as a genetic gene pool of biodiversity in that family of animals.
Lemur populations in Madagascar are declining, while over here they are actually increasing. But we can't have every single species because the diversity of plant life out here is very different than it would be in Madagascar. And some of the lemurs have very unique dietary needs that we can't replicate. That's why it's super important to not only support our programs here in the US, but also overseas in Madagascar.
It is more important to protect existing primary forest than to plant new trees. Charles and his Forest Patrol team serve a vital function for this park during their intensive forest patrols.
We are working with Madagascar National Parks. Our goals is to protect the remnants natural forest and trying to understand how the local community use the natural forest.
Each forest patrol includes 20 to 30 people from multiple agencies, spending from 2 to 4 days deep in these mountains, patrolling 830 square kilometers. It can be dangerous. Just last year, a Marojeji Park ranger was shot and killed by a bushmeat hunter. But our team of forest rangers are courageous and dedicated to this important work for their country. The most common form of disturbance is selective logging. The most damaging type of disturbance is slash and burn agriculture or swidden agriculture, in which entire areas of trees are cut down in primary forest and then burned. And now we do find these burned areas where we find vanilla growing sometimes, and rice and other crops. There's a lot of wood being used in this village for homes. Where does most of the wood come from?
Some of the community have like the local managed forest, but some does not have. So some of them are probably from the park.
Are these traditional cook stoves?
Yes, those are the traditional ones that
Huh.
we use normally, like the daily one.
Okay. It takes a lot of wood to boil water.
Yes, lots of wood.
So there's a real shortage of wood for everything.
Yes.
The cost of charcoal rises every year in this region, and more people struggle to find firewood and have to enter protected areas. In order to reduce deforestation, LCF introduced the ADES fuel-efficient cook stoves, which use less wood or charcoal than traditional stoves and last much longer. Bolatsara, Jackson.
Oh, Bolatsari.
Hey, madame.
Okay.
Bolatsara.
Sugasua.
Merci.
Yeah.
Wow, the new ADES stoves.
Yeah, because before when we use only for the wood fire,
Yes.
around 50 kilos of wood doing only for 2 days. But now more than 10 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Other stoves we started in 2016. Not only the demand was so high, but we also see a reduction of the consumption of charcoal and then wood fire. That means that there will be less wood cut. What we have heard is most of the time like, this is kind of the greatest thing that we have because we have this for almost 5 years and we're still there.
Reducing deforestation also requires that local residents benefit financially by protecting the park. Ecotourism is a critical conservation strategy for Marojeji National Park.
Right now, there is more tourists came in Marojeji and the local people get more benefit from the ecotourism. Guides and the porters, cooks.
LCF and Madagascar National Parks partnered to rebuild a lot of the aging infrastructure in Marojeji National Park. Marojeji is one of the few national parks in Madagascar that has bungalows deep in primary forest.
You know, when I was a young boy, I had a little room, house more exactly, like a tiny bamboo weaved house.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And then when I selected as a guide, I have built a good house in my village. Now I'm very happy and I can send my children at school and I can support their study.
That's great.
Yeah.
Ecotourism serves as a vital conservation and income-generating strategy, yet it is equally vital to educate children in environmental education.
We train the teacher, and then the teacher will also pass the message to their students. And when kids got something from teachers, that is like the most important thing for them. They can be then a good ambassador who can tell their parents, the community, that we are lucky because we have environment, we have these animals worth to protect. The Aku children's book series is a 6-book series, each about a different lemur species.
Tozing simple. Não, nem assim. Amarjeji sto. Afavit sto kanga le no lambidno.
In addition to such educational resources, we feel it's very important for children to also spend time deep in the rainforest interacting and learning about it.
Ino raha tsabony akeny. Alohatsika jiaby samby mizaha ro. Ya. Hitantsika zy miragna amin'ny fiainagnantsika olombelogno tsabony zare. Atsika midodoka mo tsy ndraiky misoma. Misoma. Ya. Okay? Ino raha tokony ataontsika azy amin'izay? Tsy vinogna, bakay.
Our environmental education programs allow us to engage more with children in local communities around the park. However, our long-term medical health programs really allow us to engage and help adults in those communities. Population Health and Environment, or PHE programs, allow us to integrate medical health programs with long-term natural resource conservation activities. Our role is mainly to bring trained hospital nurses from Maurice Stopes, Madagascar, into remote areas of the park where we already have environmental programs.
Every month, we sensitize people in advance, and then we conduct at least 4 family planning services within 4 different villages.
Misy zegny fampianaragna faobe zegny olo maro zegny miaraka ampianaragna fa olo araikaraiky amin'izegny izy miditra agnaty lera izy andegnano izy de misy fampianaragna manokana koa zegny amegna izy zegny.
We never expected our family planning program to grow so quickly. 10 years ago, we were treating maybe 10, 20 patients a year. Last year, we treated over 1,400 patients in nearly 45 different villages. While our Madagascar conservation programs are going well, the indispensable role of managed breeding programs in Florida is vital to the species' long-term survival.
The 5 facets of our mission are conservation, research, education, art, and animal care.
You guys can come outside, you know.
We're on 130 acres and we have multiple forests. The lemurs can free range. This is as close as most people will get to Madagascar.
We currently have 52 lemurs here. There are 5 different species. We have red ruff lemurs, collared brown lemurs, common brown lemurs, mongoose lemurs, and ring-tailed lemurs. We have the largest population of red ruff lemurs and mongoose lemurs outside of Madagascar.
Oh, here you are. You're on the ground.
Good girl.
Whoa, very nice. Well done. Excellent work.
What I'm most excited about for the future of LCF is our new building, being able to expand and have more species of lemurs.
So we need to save not only lemurs, but the rainforest and the world for future generations. So globally, we all need to be interconnected. I mean, one world, one health. We need to recognize that everything affects everything else.
We're passionate about trying to teach and inspire young people to not only do this here on the reserve, but to do it in Madagascar, to do it all over the world. And all of that, it takes encouragement, finances, partnerships. So we're trying to do it all simultaneously.